Welcome. In this lesson, we are introducing what a function is. Up to this time, we've had lots of equations and relationships between numbers. And in mathematics, we always have a relationship between x and y, it seems like. X and y being numbers, x being the input, y being an output. And again, a lot of times we see them as equations, like y equals 3x. That is a relationship between x's and y's. If I like x equal 1, and I plug a 1 in here for x, y would be 3. If I plugged in a 2 for x, y would be 6. If I plugged in a 3 for x, y would be 9. Because I'm plugging in this x value into this x to find out what this y value would be. Now, this table that we're showing here is not the function I've just talked about. I was just showing you a relationship of how we do functions, that it's a comparison between two values. Now, in order for it to be a function, it must obey one very important rule, that every input, every x value, is paired with one and only one y value. That's the important part. It has to be paired with one and only one y value or output. So if you'll notice here, this 10 that's paired with a 10, in the second row, that same 10's the same number, is paired with a different number, 15. So this 10 value can't be replicated. I can't have two 10s, one being paired with one number and the other being paired with another. So this is not a function. And that's simply it. We're going to always be looking down this column of x's to see if it's paired with multiple y's. Now, there are different ways to represent functions. Here we have it, instead of a table, as ordered pairs. This x value, and remember, x is always the first number in our ordered pair, y is always the second number. This 2 is paired with 1. 14 is paired with 6. 6 is paired with 0. And 12 is paired with 18. But I don't see 2 anywhere else being paired with anything but 1. I don't see a 14 down here being paired with anything else but 6. 6 is being paired with 0 and nothing else. 12 is being paired with 18 and nothing else. And we're always comparing in that direction. It doesn't matter that this y value of 6 is paired with 14 and this 6 value of x is paired with 0. Again, those are not the same. This is an output, this is an input. So this one would be considered a function because we don't have any repetition in x. They might show it to you as a graph. And remember, the horizontal is the x-axis, the vertical is the y-axis. And so these are actual points. This has both an x and a y value. This black point here has a x value of 0 and a y value of, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where this right here has an x value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then its y value would be 10. And then this point right here obviously has an x value of 9 and a y value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the important thing is do you see any repetition in x? Is this x the same as this or the same as this? No, it's actually called the vertical line test. Basically, we're looking to see if any points are lined up vertically. If these 2 points had been vertically lined up, then it would not be a function. But since there's no point below or above this point, no point below or above this one, no point below or above this one, this is a function. Again, back to the tables, 3, 5, 8, 11. I don't see a single repetition in x. It is a function. Did you notice I didn't even look at the y's? All I cared about was that this 3 is only said once. The 5 is only said once. The 8 is only said once. The 11 is only said once. I care less about the numbers on this side. They could have all been the same number, and it wouldn't have mattered as long as each of the x is only said once. Again, 18 19, negative 11, 6. I don't see any repetition in x. It is a function. This is not over that one. There's no points over each other, so that is a function. 19, oh, 19, two 19s. I don't like that. If I see two 19s, it is not a function. Now, they might trick you and have a negative 6 and a negative 6, then it would have been a function? Yes, it would have. Or if they were both 2s, because it would have been going to the same number. But since these two numbers are different, it is not a function. 12, 6, negative 5, 1, not a function. I didn't see any repetition in x. Or sorry, wow, I made a simple mistake. No repetition in x, it is a function. Yes, I understand. So again, don't go so fast that you make the mistake. That was funny of me. 12, 14, 18. I don't see repetition. 12 is not repeated, 14 is not repeated, 18 is not repeated. It is a function. It's when it's repetition that it's not a function. That is a function because there's no point right below this one, no point above or below, no point above or below. There's no points. I was hoping we'd hurry and get to a graph that lined up vertically. That is not a function because 6 is repeated. So not a function. Here we go. Which of these relationships is a function? This is not a function. These two black points are lined up vertically, right? I don't see any points lined up vertically in that graph, so that's a function. These points are lined up vertically. It's not a function. These points are lined up vertically. It's not a function. Now, as you get up even the higher, if you jump all the way up here, I'm going to jump up to the 90s because then it says click all that apply, select all that apply. Which of these are functions? I see 20 is duplicated in the x column. It's not a function. 16, 12, 5, 13, 0. No duplication in the x column. 5, 0, 7, 4, 0. Oh, I see 0 is duplicated and 4 is duplicated. That's not a function. 4 is duplicated. That's not a function. So that happens to only be one. But it is possible for there to be more than one. 12, negative 4, 14, 13, 6, 11. I don't see any duplication in x. 19, 16, 20, 10, 3. No duplication in x. 13, 9, 15, 8, 3. No duplication in x. Oh, I see duplication. 1 and a 1. I have x repeated twice. That's one value. It's not a function. I'm just glancing back up here to make sure I didn't overlook anything. I'm not looking for any duplication in x. If you have any questions on this, please do bring them to class, but you should easily be able to fly through this lesson now.